So I know a lot of you have been watching my video about why you should be cancelling Sky TV. And in that, I talk about an alternative called Now TV. So what this video is going to be about is taking you exactly what this is, how much it's going to cost you, if it's good, if it's bad, and it's a mix of the two, and the ways that I'm able to bring that price down massively. I'll share with you exactly how much I've spent and how much I've saved over the last 12 months. And you are going to be surprised at just how little I've managed to pay. But let's kick off. Let's talk about what Now TV is, right? If you're a bit confused, you don't know what it is, effectively it is a streaming service for Sky TV channels. It is owned by Sky, they own it. So if you're ditching Sky TV, you're still giving them money by having a Now TV service, but hopefully you'll be saving yourself a decent amount of cash. And as a streaming service, that basically means that you need a broadband connection, which is good news if you don't have access to a satellite dish or to a cable connection and you really want to get those Sky channels. You don't need to worry at all. And you don't even need to go for that Sky Glass option, which was announced a few months ago. Again, not a massive fan of Sky Glass. I think Now TV is a much better option. And it gives you this online streaming service via your broadband, either live TV from those live Sky channels or on demand. So a bit like with iPlayer, you can go into it and you can watch stuff, watch box sets, watch programs that have been on in the past, and just enjoy them at your home. Now you can use it on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, or most of us now have got the option to watch these different streaming services. So like Netflix and Disney and iPlayer, watch Now TV exactly the same way via an app on your telly or via a stick that you plug into the back of the box. Again, they don't have to be too expensive if you haven't got that already with your games console or whatever it might be. You can pay as little as 15 quid for something that will work. The Amazon Fire Stick's often on promotion, get them for around 15 quid, or you can pay more money if you want a few more bells and whistles, a few more features that go onto it. And most of those streaming sticks will work, and a lot of the TVs will have the app as well. Samsung, LG, they have it. I think Panasonic is one of the main ones that doesn't. And from the streaming sticks, the main one that doesn't have the app is the brand new, what's not brand new, the new Google Chromecast with Google TV. However, you can still cast to it. So you can still watch it via that device if you've got one. So that's how you do it. That's what you watch. But what are the actual channels that are available? Well, there are 4 different passes. So unlike Netflix or Disney where you pay one price and you get all of them, with Now TV, you have got a choice. You can go for the entertainment pass. And I'll tell you the full price here, the actual listed price. But again, I'll tell you how you can pay a lot less than that. The entertainment pass is your main channel. So Sky Atlantic, Sky Max, Sky Comedy, Sky Documentaries, Comedy Central, MTV, Gold. There are 15 of these channels. So the vast majority of the channels that you will be watching at the moment on Sky are going to be on there, or they're going to be available on Freeview. So just your normal TV set, you'll be able to get those other channels. There will, of course, be some exceptions. I know from comments on previous videos, some people, the reason they've not been able to ditch Sky is because they want the Indian channels, for example. And there might be 1 or 2 niche ones which you really love, is your favorite shows on there, in which case, sadly, you might have to stick with Sky or Virgin for those. But for most of us, the 15 entertainment channels, $9.99 a month or less, are going to be more than you need. Absolutely perfect. Also bundled in for that same price are 6 different children's channels. This is a separate pass you pay for on Sky, and it used to be a separate pass on Now TV, but now it's all been bundled in. So you get access to all of those for that monthly price. Next up is the Sky Cinema Pass. The Cinema Pass, which is, as you'd imagine, it's the Sky Cinema channels. Now there are about 11 of these, I think, maybe a few less than that. And they have names like Sky Premiere and Sky Thrillers and Sky Animation, all this kind of stuff. Basically, the channels will have a variety of older movies and newer movies. The newer movies have been a bit thin on the ground over the last, well, how long we had a pandemic for, right? Because those movies haven't been released as much. That's part of it. There's also been a bit of a kind of, we've seen more and more of the other streaming services snapping up the rights or just making films themselves. So Netflix done a lot of this, Amazon have done a lot of this. The movies are only available on those streaming services. And when you're looking at the likes of the Marvel movies, the Disney movies, well, you wouldn't be surprised to know they're on Disney Plus rather than on Now TV and Sky Cinema. However, there's still a decent selection there. This one is $9.99 a month as well, same as entertainment. I don't think that one's as good value generally at that full price, but again, we'll come on to more ways in a moment to bring that down. The other big pass, and this is something where Now really comes into its own versus the other streaming services, is there are the Sky Sports passes. Now, there are 2 options here broadly. There is the day pass, which costs $9.99. Now that's quite handy if you just want to watch one match or one day of something and then maybe dip back in and, I don't know, a month later and get another one. Again, a lot cheaper than having a rolling contract with Sky. Or you can pay for a monthly pass. This is at full price, $33.99. That is very, very, very expensive. That is one of the few areas where actually having Sky or BT or Virgin for your TV might actually work out cheaper for sports, but there's always a way to bring the price down. And I think you can be looking at, really, most of the time, if you are getting this, paying 25 quid would be the most you're going to do, as long as you kind of like look around for the deals. Maybe if the last minute you go, you realise a match is on that you want to watch and that's the only price you're going to pay, maybe you would pay that. But broadly, 25 quid, maybe down as low as 20. Again, I'll talk you through more of those in a moment. There is also a mobile pass, slightly different for that for Sky Sports, which means you can watch it just on your mobile device. This is $5.99 and it has less of the Sky Sports channels, or fewer Sky Sports channels. It only has, I think, 5 out of all of them. You get the main ones, but not all of them. So you might want to check out whether the thing you really want to watch is going to be if you want to shown on that Sky Mobile Sports Pass, if you want to opt for that over the main options. And the last one to talk about here, the main channels, is called Hayu, and this is like reality TV. This is much cheaper at $3.99. Obviously, a much more niche audience for this. People who actually watch those shows regularly, they'll know the ones they want to watch. They know where they're available, so you can get that one again. Now, all of these passes are on a rolling 30-day contract. This is a really, really key thing. This is one of the big reasons why I'm a big fan of Now TV. Every 30 days, if you want to, you can choose to let it roll on for another month and another month and another month if you want. Or you can cancel it and not pay for the months when there isn't, I don't know, the Formula One season. If that's what you want to watch, Formula One's not on for 2 months, cancel it, you don't pay for those 2 months. Or you only want to get the cinema films channels at Christmas. When you want to watch those festive favourites, you're not bothered about it for the rest of the year, you just pay for 1 month at Christmas. That flexibility is fantastic, and that can be a real game changer as well. Remember, your Sky services have an 18-month contract. I'm going to try not to get into too much of the comparison between Sky and Now TV in this video, because I've done a whole video talking about why I think you should cancel Sky. But it's important to kind of give you those kind of reasons why I like Now as well as we go through. So that's really, really, really key there. So you do that, you can pick and mix as you wish. There is one very important downside to talk about with Now TV. Now, this is something which they've really been pushing over the last sort of 6 to 9 months. And this is something called Now Boost. This is another membership level. This is an extra thing that you can choose to buy on top of any of those, you know, 1 of those passes, 2 of those passes, 3 of those passes, 4 of those passes. You can have a pick and mix if you want. If you choose to add on Boost, it will cost you at full price. But again, I'll tell you how to share in a minute, £5 a month. And you might think, oh, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying an extra 5 quid. But for that 5 quid, you actually might want to do this, because Now introduced Adverts last summer of 2021, before and sometimes during programs. Really, really frustrating. You're already paying money. Do you want adverts again? Now, obviously that Sky experience already has that, but you can record those programs, can't you? And fast forward through the ads if you want to. Here, you have to watch them. It's a bit like watching the Channel 4 or ITV catch-up services. Really, really frustrating. So if you have the Boost, those adverts disappear. So that might be worth it in your mind. You'll also, and this is really, really important for lots of people who are loath to give up Sky, the main HD service, sorry, the main Now service is only 720 in terms of the resolution. That is not full HD. To get full HD, which is 1080, you have to pay for Boost. I mean, we're not even talking about 4K here, just full HD. Again, that Boost includes that. It also gives you surround sound. And another thing which is quite handy is it allows you to stream the Now subscriptions you have on more than 1 device at the same time. A total of 3 devices can be streaming at the same time. Quite handy in a household if you want to watch things, different things, or potentially if you want to share your subscription. There are risks with that, but I've also done a video. You can check that out. I'll link to it below, talking about whether you should be sharing your streaming subscriptions, not just for Now, but also for Netflix, Disney, Amazon, and all those others. So something to think about there. It's definitely worth considering some of those negatives. It might put you off a little bit versus other streaming services, but I don't think they're kind of unsurmountable when it compared to sort of ditching Sky or Virgin TV. Now, I mentioned I'll take you through some of those ways to bring the price down. There aren't as many of these offers as there used to be. Once upon a time, you could get gift cards that were discounted. You could buy Now TV streaming sticks with passes, which were discounted. They're sadly not around at the moment. They could come back, you never know, but at the moment, they are gone. But you can still bring that price down. Some of my favorite ways to do this, if you're a newbie, if you've never used it before, there are 7-day free trials. They come and go, but most of the time you can get a free trial. There are often other welcome offers. So maybe it's 50% off for 3 months, which is pretty good. Yeah, if you want to save some money up front and you've got that. So they're well worth looking at. Again, all the ones I'm talking about right now, I do have a whole article over on bigcleveryourcash.com where I update them whenever I spot a fantastic offer, a fantastic freebie, whatever it might be. So make sure you do check that out, maybe bookmark it and check it whenever you're going to sort of buy a new pass, see if I can save you some money there. But that's just one way, because existing customers can save Again, my favorite way to do this is to cancel Now TV. I won't go into detail here. I've got a whole video taking you through how to do this and what it does. But effectively, when you hit cancel on Now TV, they don't want you to go. And the vast majority of the time, they will offer you a discounted pass for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, maybe 6 months. Now, sometimes that might be a couple of quid off. Sometimes it's a huge amount off. I'm currently paying right now £1 a month for 4 months for the entertainment pass by going through that cancellation process. Okay, that's pretty good, isn't it? You'd also be emailed offers quite often. So as long as you don't have an active pass, another reason to press cancel when you start a month off is you get emailed discounts. Again, similar to the ones you might get on that cancellation process. Again, deals vary, but I've even been given free cinema passes from there before. In fact, I got 2 free cinema passes last year, which is well worth taking advantage of just because I didn't have one and they wanted me to come in. They were obviously hoping that once I'd signed up for that 1 month, I'd stick with it or I'd forget to cancel and then I'd pay the full price. But again, a great way to bring that price down. I would also make sure that you only pay for it when you need it. It talks about that 30-day rolling contract, gives you that ability to flex about when you have it, when you don't have it. I think if you are paying for more than one streaming service at any time, there is no way you can get full value for money from any of them. Much, much better to blitz one. So you've got Netflix for, let's say, January. You watch as much Netflix as you possibly can. You watch all the shows you want to watch. Maybe you carry on to 2 months because you haven't got through them all. Maybe 3 months. Then you cancel it because you've seen all the things. Why pay for stuff if there's nothing to watch? Then you get your Now TV subscription. And again, maybe you do it for a month, maybe for 2 months. Maybe you only do it once or twice a year. Maybe you end up watching something continuously. Fine, if you do that and you pay for 6, 7 months in a row. But at least you've got that flexibility to move between the different services. So I absolutely 100% encourage you to do that. And let me quickly take you through exactly how much I paid over the last 12 months. So I had 8 entertainment passes in the last 12 months. And I spent £8 on that, £1 per pass. Now, some of them are the deal like I mentioned just now, £1 per month via Now TV. Some of those discounts were because I bought a discounted Now TV stick. I mentioned sadly that offer is gone, but again, shows you that potential. £1 a month, only paid for 8 months, 4 months of the year. I wasn't watching Now TV, so I cancelled it. If anything, because I was paying so little, I might even have carried on with that £1 a month, even if I wasn't watching too much. So, you know, it's a nice big saving there of £71.92 versus paying the full price for Now TV. Okay, big saving on that entertainment pass. I only had 3 cinema passes. 2 of them, as I mentioned, were free, so I didn't pay anything for those at all. And I paid £1 for that other pass. So again, saved myself £30.97 over the last 12 months for those cinema passes. Now, the boost that I mentioned, £5 a month is a lot. That does make a big difference when you're looking at how much you're spending on this pass every single month. But if you go into that cancellation process, again, the same thing I mentioned before, I got a whole video talking about cancelling Now TV Boost. I was able to bring that down from £5 a month to £1 a month. And there are some different options to consider when you do this. So do check out that video if this is something you want to make cheaper for you. I've had that for 7 months and spent £7, saving myself 28 quid. Now, Sky Sports passes, I don't normally get many of these. I normally in a year would just buy the odd Now TV Sports day pass for when Crystal Palace are shown on Sky, which hasn't been a huge amount. But because we had that lockdown for early 2021 when all the matches were shown on TV, I got a lot more of these. But I got a lot of special offers and promotions as well. So I had 5 Sky Sports passes, monthly passes over the last 12 months, and they should have cost me 170 quid. I spent £89. That's almost 50% less. Not quite, saving of £81. But again, a decent discount. Shows you don't have to be paying that £34 every month to get this. I also had 1 day pass that I used, which I got for 3 quid, which was a nice little bargain. Again, combo of different deals and offers, saving myself 7 quid. So I actually spent, over the whole 12 months, £108 on Now. £108, that's it. If I'd paid full price for that, it would have cost me £326. So really big discount. I've paid a third of what I should have paid for all those passes. And yes, I've not had it every single month of the year. I've had it for at most 8 months. But I think that's a really fantastic saving and a really good way to show you that Now TV can be pretty cheap. Think about it, £108 for all those channels. If I had that 18-month Sky contract, that would have covered 2 months of that. Just 2 months. And I'd have been tied in for 18 months. I wouldn't be able to pick a mix. So that, again, saved me a huge amount of money. And I can compare it to those streaming services. Yes, at full price. I think Now TV is very expensive compared to Netflix, Disney and Amazon. But with those discounts, it's a lot cheaper. And even if you don't get the same kind of discounts that I did, maybe I got lucky, maybe you aren't going to hunt around for them the same way that I did. Didn't really take any effort at all. But if you're not going to do that. Even if you manage to get discounts, I don't know, half the time, you're still going to be getting yourself some decent savings. So that's my guide to Now TV. I've got some other videos here you might find interesting. My name is Andy Webb. Thank you so much for watching.